I just want to read something that I wrote last week. I'm not going to read the entire thing. Um, I read it a little bit right now just to recap, and it sounded pretty depressing. And so I didn't want to dive too deep into that. But I guess maybe this is the gist. I've been lying to my therapist, and she said she saw a lot of progress in me, but I just don't believe her. I feel worse. It's been easier to mask my true self, and that kind of scares me. I guess it can be true that people don't know my feelings if I just keep it to myself. Am I really a big loser? In my head, I'm just a giant mistake who doesn't deserve this life. It feels awful carrying that with me every day. I'm angry for myself and completely miserable. But how do I talk about this? How do I try to overcome it? Isn't it too late for me? Do I wait it out? Do I try harder? Give up? I'm still kind of lost. I thought it was over and I had some clarity, but I don't think I found it yet. I also have this recipe I wrote down, two of them actually, for some cookies in the back of my notebook. Sugar cookies and chocolate chip. If I find them, I think if I find them, I will put them in the description because they were good recipes. And that was my first time baking cookies from scratch. And I think it went pretty well because of those recipes. I think writing things down when I'm in such a bad mood kind of puts things into perspective for me because I don't feel like that right now. I definitely feel a little sensitive, but like not kind of like that where I was deep in the trenches. Obviously, I was like all the way down. And so when I read that again and I reflect, and I'm just like, wow, that's pretty intense just because of how calm I am right now, like how neutral I am right now. It kind of feels a little like extreme to me once I've calmed down and everything. And so I kind of practiced that earlier today where I said something impulsive, but then I kind of just sat there and not tried to make it worse, like just kind of thinking about it again in my head. And then I was like, okay, here's what I should do. And I feel like when I do that and really sit down to think about things, maybe before I say something, that it works. I don't really know what I'm getting at, but I think just the line that I don't know if I made progress kind of stuck with me a little bit. Um, I feel like a lot of those are like the thoughts that happen when I'm not super nice to myself. And when I'm really, really going through it like that, I'm in the roughest patch. Um, it just feels like everything is so negative. Like the world is just slowly turning blue and all the colors gone, and it's just like depressing. Um, and it's kind of nuts that it feels like that. But the opposite is also true, where it's like if I'm on the other side of the spectrum, like I'm happy, and that is kind of different. The happiness is different in that everything feels so positive and so like beautiful and I guess still intense, but not in a way that's just making things get worse. Like it feels the opposite, right? So it's like lifting me up and just making me feel so weightless, I guess. Um, and I really enjoy that feeling too. But again, it's like I can't just be like happy and sad and angry. It like always has to be that times 1,000. Like it is so 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 bad. And maybe I should do some writing on like when I have a good time. So like when I have really good days and like kind of I don't know deep in like dive deep into my feelings like that. Maybe when I read that, I can just kind of see where I'm at on those extremes when I'm feeling those moments, and then just reflect on both of them and just work through that so I can find like a good state where I'm just always accepting of my feelings, whether I think that they're bad or they're not. Like just kind of acknowledging that they're there and not trying to suppress them, but also not letting them completely take over. That's where I'm at right now. I haven't been really doing much. I've just been really boring. I did fix my hair kind of, and then the toner like split it, but my roots have grown in. And so it looks a little bit more natural, but I'm still getting used to it because sometimes I just look like it highlights the tiredness of my face. I'm gonna get Botox so I look like this. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm gonna have another beer just because it's Saturday and I want to, and then um, I need some time to recover. So I took last week. I don't know. I think it's been like 2 weeks or something. You'll have to fact check me on the vlogging, but I kind of was like the first week, like, oh well, I don't feel like I had much going on because it was really boring. And then the second week, I was just not in the mood to do anything. Like I feel like emotionally drained. So I'm tired, like physically and like emotionally, and just my brain is complete mush. So I am doing like a lazy blog, I guess, kind of. And then maybe next week I'll just lock back in. And I'm also just everything's iffy. My weight loss, my schedule, like my sleep, like my feelings, everything is just like the world is weird. And I'm just like confused. So I don't know. We'll check back later. Oh, and also I just noticed that my nails look funny because I took some of them off on the other hand. So yay. Kind of embarrassing. Sorry.